Guys, it's Amy from Plain and Not So Plain, and I am here today to show you how I am going to homeschool all my children for free this year. I did this last year as well, and so I did it again this year. I bought a couple of resources which I'll show you about, but that was my choice to do that. You can definitely do it without it. I'm going to be homeschooling a 6th grader, a 5th grader, a 3rd grader, 2nd grader, and 2 kindergartners this year. So, and everything I've done is free. I offer it all free online at my blog, and you can go there and just click it and download the whole PDF in its entirety. I don't make you go through a bunch of pages so I can get more clicks. I don't make you look at pop-up ads. I don't make you sign up for something so you can get it for free. It's just all yours free. So I remember years ago when I was searching for a curriculum and I couldn't purchase it, this was a while ago, there were so many free resources you could just go and print off, and I'm like, how awesome. But then I realized that over time, many of those aren't free anymore, and it's so hard to come by. So one thing I want to do is, if it works, I can just keep making money some other way through my blog, and I want to offer everything as free as possible and easy for moms to download and print off, or dads too. So here is for my kindergarten work. So I went online and it took me about a half hour, and I just printed off a bunch of different resources for my kindergartners. And so this is, I keep them all in a box, and so I'm going to keep them in a box under my bed, and then I just literally went through and put the month that I'm going to be using. So this will be our first month, September. So I went to, this is kindergartenworksheets.net. They had tons and tons on there, and they had the alphabet on there. And then another one I went to is k5learning.com, and they had a whole bunch of workbooks that you could download. I'm going to see if there's some more on here. Just tons. If you literally type in kindergarten worksheets, you will find a gazillion pages of free worksheets that you won't have to go through tons of different things to look through. So k5learning.com was a big one in kindergarten worksheets. So that's what we did, and we just printed them off, the covers, the basics, their colors, their numbers, their letters, things like that. And then what I did is I got some like the writing paper, and then I went through and did dots. And so I started up, I went to our library and got a handwriting booklet that they can practice on, and I literally copied the pages, what they did, and put them on my own pages. So they practiced doing the shapes that go down on here with dots, and then humps, and then they did zigzags, and they did lines this way, lines straight up and down, straight across, I think circles, things like that. So they can practice, and then eventually they'll get to the letters of the alphabet where they practice writing those. So we have those. I have them doing this, I think, 2 days a week through school, and it'll keep them busy. Just fun pages, nothing too hard, simple, fun. You want to keep it fun. If it gets to be hard work, then it's just going to be stress. It's going to be crazy. So then I had a couple pages left over of this, so I thought that each day they could practice writing their name, because they don't know how to write their name yet. So that'll be a big thing. So I have Jensen and Madeline's, and they can write their name every day. So, or every day that they do school. So that will be my kindergartners folder. I have that in here, and then I have my then I found on my shelf, I have like color by number, craze maze, I mean, just simple extra filler stuff. These were free, somebody gave us. So I'll throw those in. You can get these. I know the dollar store has them. Connect the dots, things like that, and just a couple extra pages to fillers for them is exactly what it is. So that will work for my kindergarten, 1st grader, and then we'll get lots and lots of books and we'll read. And I've got a lot of lists on my site too, and I'll probably add more as we do more. And then I have my 2nd grader. So my 2nd grader folder, I was going to put all hers in folders for every single month, but instead of spending the money on 10 different folders, I figured I'll just put it in one. When she's finished, take these out, put them in a box, and then add the next month's in here. So hers are all stacked under my bed with a piece of the little sticky pad, post-it notepad to separate them. And so hers, you can go on my site as well, and I printed everything off that's on there. So this will show, like this is what she'll do the first day. This is her spelling list. And I've got Monday, which she writes it, and this will be Thursday. So we did Monday. This is her math paper, again on my site. Her English paper on my site. And then this is an extra book that I found from Macmillan and McGraw. And so it was their Treasures reading program. And so you can go online and find their treasure books in a PDF form. You can do a Google search, it's Treasures books, and you can read those. And then if you type in Macmillan McGraw reading comprehension booklet .pdf, you'll find that they have the entire booklet on there as well. So you can print out the PDF booklet and then take the pages and then download the book, and then they can take the pages that go with the book at the same time. They can read on their tablet the booklet, and then answer the questions on the workbook. So this is another free resource. I didn't put the link on my blog because I didn't, it's not my thing, so, but I wanted to tell you about it. So it's Macmillan McGraw, it's a it's Reading Treasure Books .pdf. You can type that in and it should bring you up that. And there was like 250 pages, 220 pages, so there'll be a lot, and they have them for all the grades, which is great. So that's hers, and then at the top I wrote down what story they're reading in the Treasures book. So this is like school days, so she'll read that and then do the page. So she has 2 pages for that, and then this is her Tuesday. Here's her spelling. It shows what she'll do on Tuesday. So it does Tuesday, she has spelling, math, English, and then she has the Reading Treasures book as well, so it shows what she's writing on here. And then we go to Wednesday, it's a spelling as well. So I did this for the whole entire month. We're doing school Monday through Thursday of writing stuff, and then on Friday we'll have extra stuff that we'll do. We'll go places or we'll do more hands-on activities. So this is her whole September stuff in here, and then when she's finished I'll take it out and put it in the box and add more to it. So that's my 2nd grade. I hope I'm good at video editing because I've had to stop this video about 3 or 4 times already due to children or due to running out and checking the grill because I'm cooking dinner on the grill. And so just, yeah, I could never be a vlogger, I don't think, every day because I have so many distractions going on in the household. Even taking time to do your hair and everything, I'm like, it's just not going to happen. It's like 100 degrees here, it's hot, and so I figure if I can get it done, I'll get it done. So, onward. So then I have my 3rd grader. My 3rd grader, make sure I got the right folder. She's blue. So instead of doing folders this year, which the folders were nice, but we had so many papers, like if we did all of September's in a folder, it was really packed in there. And so I was going to this year split 2 weeks up and put them in a folder and then do another 2 weeks. So then I was adding up and it would be like 16 folders per child, which is fine because you get them for super cheap. But I thought, you know what, instead of spending that money, it was kind of hard to write with. You couldn't really flip the pages over very well. And we had binders. And I thought, why don't we put them in binders? And so then they're able to easily flip through the pages, and that works really well. So that is what we did. So I just, again, put the rest of their schooling in a box under my bed. But this is how their school is going. So they will go through. We're going to do states this year, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. So this is for September. So she'll open up. It has the New England states we're learning, and then it has her math page. And you can get all this on my blog, her math page. And then it goes through. I went through and copied stories from a site. If you type in, again, I didn't put a link because it wasn't my schooling, but reading comprehension for 2nd grader worksheets, free. Probably type all those words in it. Free reading comprehension worksheets for 2nd grader. You'll find tons and tons, at least a page or 2 of sites that have free of this. So what I did is I took and copied all of their stories with the questions and then pasted them in my WordPad, and then made them nice and neat so they fit on a page, and then I printed them all out. So they're all on their site. You can find them by, doing a search. So that's what I did. So she gets a reading comprehension every day, and then she does a math test as well, or I'm sorry, spelling test as well. And then she has her English, and then she also is doing the Macmillan McGraw reading comprehension booklet. So this is this 3rd grade one, or 3rd grade one. We're in 3rd grade. 3rd grade one, and so I wrote down the story that she's going to be reading and what pages she'll be reading for the books. So she has that. There's 2 of those, and then it goes to math for Tuesday. So these will be her pages that she'll have to complete in a day, and all of it's right here in her book, nice and neat. So that is for my 3rd. Okay, so now we're doing my 5th grade, and she has the same concept with the binder. And so inside, she's got all her stuff. But she doesn't have the states one in here. This is the states one supposed to go in here. But she's got her spelling, her math, her English, and then she has vocabulary as well. And then her book that she's going to read, the Macmillan McGraw reading comprehension, and the 2 pages that she has to read in the Treasures books. So same thing. Oh, there's the states. For some reason I put it in the wrong spot. I have to fix that. So that is for her. And then I have my 6th grader, and so here's his. It's a little bit bigger. Same concept. Everything's on my site. So when I print them all up, I printed every single page off of their, each subject, and then I paper hole punched them. When I kept them with the subjects, like all the math, all the English, all the spelling. So, but what I would recommend doing is putting them in the order that you want them in your binder, and then picking them up and punching them together. It keeps the holes a little bit nice and neater. It took me just a few more minutes to line up the holes because they were a little bit off. So just a little tidbit if you want to do those. So here's his math, English, spelling, and the reading comprehension as well. It goes up the treasure book scope through 6th grade. So, and then he's also doing a, there was a free map skills book. Let me see if I can find it. It doesn't have the name of it. Map skills. If you type in free or map skills PDF, it's a 6th grade map skills PDF. It'll download the entire book for you. And so I was going to buy it, and then I figured, well, I could probably, killing a bug right now, sorry. And then I figured I could just buy it. It was like $15, and then I had a lot of printer ink and a lot of paper left over, so I figured I would just print it off. So the first page is kind of light, but literally I took out a few pages each day for him to read. So that is what he will be doing. So that is what I have for my children as far as their folders and what they're going to be doing. And then the extras that we're going to be doing is I wanted the map skills because we never studied the states or any map skills and that. So I downloaded the 6th grade one, and that would probably work for a 5th grader as well. Probably 5th, 6th, 7th, maybe 8th, even if you've never done map skills. So just Google it, it's there. And then I bought these for my 3rd grader and 5th grader because we never did map skills. And so these were $8 on Amazon. Complete books of maps and geography. Tons, like great, because they cover all different things. They got states, the shapes, and how to read maps, longitude, and all that. So these were great. So this was a good thing. I think they were $12. When I first looked at them, I just bought them, I don't know, a few weeks ago, and they were $8. So get some of these. These were great. So I bought 2 of those for my girls, and then they're going to do, I think, 2 pages. I don't know what it is. I have to add it up how many days they do. I think they do a page a day. They're finished by the end of the year. So we have that. And then this is how I do my folder. So this is my binder. Nothing fancy, but at least I'll show you what I have in here. So in my front pocket, I took the 3rd graders. My kids are also doing reading comprehension. If you look on their stories, what I found is that sometimes I'll assign them books to read. Oh yeah, I read it, Mom, I read them, and then come to find out they haven't even read the story. So I wanted help, but to read through every single book is like impossible. That isn't impossible, it just takes a lot of time. So what I did this year is the books that I assigned to them, I found a page to do, or that somebody else had put together, or I wrote questions for it. So again, most of the ones I listed on my site have pages to go with them, and some just have questions to ask them, just to make sure that they're understanding it. So I have for my 3rd grader, let's see here, I wrote down what she is doing here. Give me a second. And she is going to do 2 reading comprehension books per week with pages. So we're going to be reading every day. They're going to get all the books in the library that they want, and that's fine. But she's going to be doing 2 of these for the week. And so what she'll do is, I know this is for how to make an apple pie around the world. And so I printed off these pages that go with it. And so just have these sitting. I got the little paper clips here separating all the different pages together. There's Stone Fox, there's Addie's Dakota Winter, Baseball Saved Us, things like that. And so they're all going to be in the front of here because it was going to be easier for me than having to search for them since she's going to be doing so many. And then I'll pull them out and assign some. And they're for simple books. They have ones for Amelia Bedelia and things super simple, but that was going to be what she's going to have doing. And then my 5th grader is going to be reading some, and I have her doing, this is, I wrote down in my binder here, let's go through, for my September, this is my little note that they're all going to download the treasures books, those reading comprehension books, and then they also have readers on the same site, which is cool, so they can just put a little book on their tablet and they can read it without having an excuse that they don't have any library books. So this is my calendar for September. I have all the days that they're doing it, when I'm going to start my kindergartner school, when I have to order library books, and what week we're on, and then a reminder to give them a spelling test so I don't forget. So at the bottom I put that they're going to do every 3 weeks. My 6th grader is going to be doing a reading comprehension book. So whatever book he has, I'm going to divide it up among 3 weeks, and then he has to read so many pages a day to get it finished. That way by the end of the year he'll finish all his reading comprehension. As well as my 5th grader, I said that she's doing a reading comprehension, either a chapter or a whole book, each day, because some books are simpler and some are chapters, so just so that she's doing some. And then I said the 3rd grader what she's going to be doing 2 per week. And then Autumn, this is my 2nd grader, she's just doing books. There's digital books online. I'm also going to order lots of books for her. So this is what I did. So I put my month on here, and then what we're doing, let me go back here, we're doing the states, I said. So in my folder here, kind of hard to show. I've got my things that I need to do. For my reading chart for Jane and Brooklyn, I'm going to do on my site, you can see on the reading comprehension, like a log that they can write on the wall. And I got those gold foil stars, so they can write the book that they wrote, give it a rating, and see gold stars afterwards, so they can see how many books they read at the end of the year, something just to give a little progress and a visual of that. And so then I'm also going to do my timeline for our history, which I'll talk about in just a minute. So these, I kept the map because we're doing the United States, so then they can have a way of knowing where it's at. And I covered them in plastic in case they didn't get ruined, because they will. And then I also am doing for our science, I'm going to skip around here a bit, but we are going to watch how it's made. It's a video from YouTube, and so it's like a 3 or 4 minute video. Teach kids, there's tons on here, how it's made aluminum cans, how it's made drinking water, how it's made package printing, how it's made glass bottles, how it's made football. I just wrote a list so that they can do 2 of them per week, and then I have a little paper, like what they learn, what they watch, and they can fill it out. Give them a little bit of science watching videos. And then we're doing the states. I wrote the New England states with the capital, and so we're going to learn those. So I have that. And then we're going to do history. I did, I think on my site yesterday, on my site is elementary history, American history, and so I'm doing a page a month. So the first one is Native Americans, and we're reading it, and then I wrote down books for the 5th grader, the 3rd grader, and the 6th grader, and then read alouds for me. So I'll read some to them, and then they'll also read their own to go along, and then we're all going to do our own pictures to put on the timeline that corresponds on the wall made out of cardstock. So then we get some of that in as well. Okay, so that was my September. And then October, same thing. I have my states. We're going to switch to the Mid-Atlantic states. And then this is our next history, is Discovery and Colonial. The Discovery ones, we're watching the Drive Through History DVD series, so I have that on there, which ones I'm ordering, and so those will be good to read. So we have that, and we have October, and then I wrote when to order books, when our spelling test is, reminders of how much reading comprehension do, so I forget. We're also doing The Way Things Work DVDs. Remember that, I want to say Macaulay something, I'm not really sure. It's a book, The Way Things Work, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. They have animated series for it, and you get the DVDs. I think it was on PBS. So we're going to order those each month so we can watch. They're like 10, 15 minute videos to watch those to learn too. So, and then some books about the state that we're studying, just simple ones from our library. So we go through all of mine like that. Every month, November, I gave breaks. We have December. I wrote what days, how many days we completed school, what days we have off. Reminder to order library books so I don't forget. So I do that through all of the months. So that's my first tab. And then at the end of the year, I was going to give them a quiz with another blank map of the United States so they can fill it in. And then my next tab is spelling. And so I have all the spelling, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 5th grade, and 6th grade. So I can quiz them each week. And then I have my reading comprehension. And so these are my 3rd grade reading comprehension. This is like Thank You, Amelia Bedelia. And then I ask them questions. There's like George Washington's breakfast. I had printable pages, said what they had to do, things like that. It goes through. Some has questions. It's just organized. And I have my 5th grader and what I had to know for it. Most of them I have a printed download. And then my 6th grader as well. Those are all printed pages. And I wrote extra books on the page. And you can see those when you download them. And then we have our science tab and states. And it's just information of which ones I'm going to order from the library and how it's made, which I showed you. Different science experiments. I thought we'd make homemade flubber, because I don't do that kind of fun stuff, so I thought that'd be fun to do. A bouncy ball experiment, geo eggshell experiment, and borax snowflake experiment. I figured if I write it on here, force myself to do it once a month, and the kids get a fun science experiment in there, because otherwise I would never do it. And then here's some answers that I have printed off, so I remembered them, because my 6th grader is also doing health, and we are using this book. It's a 5th grade book. Just a second. It's a 5th grade book, and so by Abeka. So they're reading that, and then I wrote down and copied all the pages, copied the questions, and then I typed those up myself, and just from the fill out. So literally they do a chapter, it's just a few pages a week. It's not very much, but they'll cover and learn the health, because we never covered any of that yet. So that is what I have for, I think if I have anything else, for our school this year. Super simple. We're going to order lots and lots of books from our library. I know on my blog you'll see lots of examples of things that we can order and our recommendations that we get, and so I keep all our library books on our shelf here. I got paper, I got index cards, and in my cupboard I have all of our supplies. So I hope that helps you out. Super simple and just an easy way to do school that's affordable, that you don't have to worry about spending an arm and a leg on schooling. So hope you enjoy and good luck with your school year. Print all this up. This gave me, I used a whole box case of paper and it was 5,000 sheets. So, but I have a lot of kids to print off, so we just had a little tiny bit left over. So, okay, you guys have a blessed day.